Hey boys, sorry, I'm a bit late. What I mean I mean an hour late. I woke up late. Okay. I don't have any water, so my mouth is going to be really dry in these 30 minutes of the Bible. But that's okay. Honestly, okay. Well, let's do a recap real quick. What did we read in the last chapter? Chapter 8. We read basically Moses and his brother Aaron. They're like smacking stuff with their stick. Boom, the river's now water. Is now blood. And now every time that they ask Pharaoh, come on, now you have to let my people go. See, we're the chosen ones of God. And then he's like, no. And then they smack it. And now they are smacking the dirt for lice. And then he's like, fine, just get rid of the lice though. And then they get rid of well, God gets rid of the lice. And then Pharaoh's like, haha, I tricked you. And then they bring frogs. And then Pharaoh's like, please, I'll let your people go if you guys get rid of the frogs. And God's like, poof. And then he's like, haha, I tricked you again. And then God's like, hey, just make it flies. And then they're like, bang, now there's flies everywhere. And then Pharaoh's like, haha, oh no, flies, too many flies. Hey, I'll actually let your people go if you guys get rid of them. And then they're like, okay. And then God's like, bow, boom, no more flies anywhere. And then it's like, and then they walk back up to Pharaoh, and then they're like, hey Pharaoh, we did what you asked. And then he's like, haha, got you again. And that's where we ended off, really. Chapter 9. Then the Lord said unto Moses, go in unto Pharaoh and tell him, thus saith the Lord of the Hebrews, let my people go, and they may serve me. For if thou refuse to let them go, and wilt hold them still, behold, the land of the Lord is upon thy cattle, which is in thy field, upon thy cattle is which is in the field. Sorry, I reread the same thing. Upon the horses, upon the asses, and upon the sheep there shall be a very grievous murrain. The Lord shall sever between the cattle of Israel and the cattle of Egypt, and there shall nothing die of all that is of the children of Israel. And the Lord appointed a set time tomorrow the land shall do this in the land. And the Lord did not that and the Lord did that thing in the morrow, and all the cattle of Egypt died, but the cattle of the children of Israel died not one. And Pharaoh sent, and behold, there was not one of his cattle, and the Israelites, not one of the cattle of the Israelites dead. The heart of Pharaoh was hardened, and he did not let the people go. And the Lord said unto Moses and unto Aaron, Take up your hand, take to you handfuls of ashes of the furnace, and let Moses sprinkle it toward the heaven in the sight of Pharaoh, and it shall become dust in all the land of Egypt. It shall be a boil breaking forth with blains upon man and upon beast throughout all the land of Egypt. And they took ashes in the furnace and stood before Pharaoh. And Moses sprinkled it up toward the heaven, and it became a boil breaking forth with blains upon man and upon beast. And the magicians cannot stand before Moses because of the boils, for the boil was upon the magicians and upon the Egyptians. And the Lord hardened the heart of Pharaoh, and hearkened not unto them, as the Lord had spoken unto Moses. The Lord said unto Moses, Rise up early in the morning, and stand before Pharaoh, and say unto him, Thus saith the Lord God of the Hebrews, that let my people go, that they may serve me. For I will at this time send all my plagues upon thine heart, and upon thy servants, and upon thy people, that thou mayest know that there is none like me in all the earth. For now I will stretch out my hand, and I will smite thee and thy people with pestilence, and thou shalt be cut off from the earth. And in very deed for this cause have I raised thee up, for, for to shew in my power, and that my name will be declared throughout all the earth. And yet exalted thou thyself against my people, that thou wilt not let them go. Behold, tomorrow, that this time I will cause it to rain very grievous hail, such hath not seen in Egypt, since the foundation therefore even until now. Send therefore now, and gather thy cattle, and all thou hast in the field, for every man and every beast which shall be found in the field, and shall not be brought home, and the hail shall come down upon them, and they shall die. He had feared the word of the Lord among the servants of Pharaoh, made his servants and his cattle flee into the houses. And he that regarded not of the word of the Lord left his servants and his cattle in the field. Wait, what? The Lord said unto Moses, Stretch forth thine hand toward heaven, and there shall be a hail upon the land of Egypt, upon man, and upon beast, and upon every herb of the field throughout the land of Egypt. And Moses stretched forth his rod toward heaven, and the Lord sent thunder and hail, and the fire rain upon the ground. And the Lord rained hail upon the land of Egypt. So there was hail, and fire mingled with the hail, very grievous, such as there was none like in all of the land of Egypt since it became a nation. And the hail smote throughout all the land of Egypt, and was in the field both man and beast. And the hail smote every herb in the field, and brake every tree in the field. Only in the land of Goshen, where the children of Israel were, there was no hail. And Pharaoh sat and called for Moses and Aaron, and said unto them, I have sinned this time, and the Lord is righteous, and I and my people are wicked. Entreat the Lord, for it is enough, that there will be no mighty thundering and hail, and I will let you go, and ye shall stay no longer. And Moses said unto him, As soon as I am gone out of the city, I will spread about my hands unto the Lord, and the thunder shall cease. Neither shall there be any more hail, that thou mayest I know that the earth is the Lord's. But as for thee and thy servants, I know that ye will not fear the Lord God. And the flax of the barley was smitten, and the barley was in the ear, and the flax was boiled. But the wheat and the rye were not smitten, for they were not grown up. And Moses went out of the city from Pharaoh, and spread abroad his hands upon the Lord, and thunders and hail ceased, and the rain was not pouring upon the earth. And when Pharaoh saw that the rain and the hail and all the thunders were ceased, he sinned yet more. And he hardened his heart, and his servants, and the heart of Pharaoh was hardened. Neither would he let the children of Israel go, as the Lord had spoken by Moses. Chapter 10. Let's go over. We read in chapter 9. Sorry, I'm not streaming this on Instagram Live today, because honestly, I had snow weather. Okay? I kind of forgot. I was too excited to get into this Bible reading, because I genuinely get excited for this. Thumbs up. And that's not a joke. I woke up and I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta do a Bible reading today. But basically, what happened in chapter 9 was that God's like, come, we'll make this guy let you leave. So what he does is he does a whole bunch of stuff, like firstly, he makes boils on everyone, which is like boils. It's like a disease. It's like a skin disease. It's like boils on your skin. And then he's like, oh no. And then Pharaoh's like, no, I'm not letting you guys go. Screw you. And then God's like, okay, how about this? Tell them that I'm gonna kill all of their cows and horses and donkeys. Donkeys is what they call asses, because this is still Old English, so that's what happened in Old English. And basically, they're like, hey Pharaoh, we're gonna kill all the animals. And then he's like, nah. And then God's like, bang! Now all their animals are dead. And then Pharaoh gets angry, and he's like, I don't care, I'm not letting your people go. And then he's like, and then he reaches his hand in the heavens, and then God smites the land with hail. But basically, how hail is in the Bible, is it's fire raining down from the sky. It burns trees, burns their crops, kills their animals, and anyone who was not inside also died. Sorry, I really enjoyed that part. And then Moses, and then Pharaoh was like, oh wow, I've done something very wrong. Wow, their God is real, and I've done something to make him hate me. Oh, so he called up Moses and Aaron, and he's like, I'm sorry, I've sinned. Like wow, I finally understand what you guys are talking about now. And then Moses was like, thank you. And then he's like, okay, I'll let your people go. Just stop the hail. And Moses was like, I'll stop the hail when I leave, okay? And then Pharaoh's like, okay. And then he does. Like, Moses reaches his hand into the heavens, and God's like, okay, bang, no more hail. And then Pharaoh's like, hey, guess what? I don't care anymore. I'm not letting your people go anymore. Okay, in my heart, I'm like, I think I'm gonna let these people go. But then in reality, I said, no. After you stopped the hail, that was all I needed. Go back to working in my rice fields. Chapter 10. The Lord said unto Moses, Go into Pharaoh, and I have hardened his heart, and his heart of his servants, and that I might shew these my sons before him. And thou mayest tell in the ears of thy son and thy son's son what things I have wrought in Egypt, and my signs which I have done among them, and ye may know that I am the Lord. And Moses and Aaron came in unto Pharaoh, and said unto him, Thus saith the Lord God of the Hebrews, How long wilt thou refuse to humble thyself before me? Let my people go, that they may serve me. Else, if thou refuse to let my people go, behold, tomorrow I'll bring locusts into thy coast, and they shall cover the face of the earth, that one cannot be able to see the earth, and they shall eat and residue of that which is escaped, which remaineth unto you, and from the hail, and shall eat every tree which groweth for you out of the field, and shall fill thy houses, and houses of thy servants, and houses of the Egyptians, which neither thy fathers nor thy fathers' fathers have seen, since the day that they were upon the earth, up unto this day. And he turned himself and went out from Pharaoh. Pharaoh's servant said unto him, How long shall this man be a snare unto us? Let the men go, that they may serve the Lord their God. Knowest thou not yet that Egypt is destroyed? And Moses and Aaron were brought again unto Pharaoh, and he said unto them, Go, serve your Lord your God. But who are they that shall go? And Moses said, We will go with our young and with our old, with our sons and with our daughters, with our flocks and with our herds. Will we go, and we must hold a feast unto the Lord. And he said unto them, Let the Lord be so with you, as I will let you go, and your little ones look to it, for evil is better you. Not so, go now ye that are men, and serve the Lord, for that ye did desire. And they were driven out from Pharaoh's presence. And the Lord said unto Moses, Stretch out thine hand over the land of Egypt for the locusts, that they may come up upon the land of Egypt, and eat every herb of the land, even all that the hail hath left. And Moses stretched his rod over the land of Egypt, and the Lord brought an east wind upon the land all that day and all that night. And when it was morning, the east wind brought the locusts, and the locusts went up all the lands of Egypt, and rested in the coast of Egypt. Very grievous were they. Before them there were no such locusts as they, neither after them shall be such, for they cover the face of the whole earth, so that the land was darkened, and they did eat every herb of the land, and every fruit of the trees, which the hail had left, and there was remaining not any green thing in the trees, or in the herbs, or in the field throughout all the land of Egypt. Then Pharaoh called for Moses and Aaron in haste, and he said, I have sinned against the Lord your God, and against you. Now therefore I forgive, I pray thee, my sin only this once, and take away from me this death only. And he went out from Pharaoh and entreated the Lord, and the Lord turned a mighty strong west wind, which took away the locusts and cast them out into the remaining Red Sea. There remained not one locust in all the coasts of Egypt, but the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart, so that he would not let the children of Israel go. And the Lord said unto Moses, I'm turning a page. Unto Moses, stretch out thy hand upward to the heaven, that there may be darkness over the land of Egypt, even darkness which may be felt. And Moses stretched forth his hand toward the heaven, and there was a thick darkness in the land of Egypt for 3 days. They saw not one other, neither rose any from his place for 3 days. But all the children of Israel had light in their dwellings. And Pharaoh called unto Moses, said, Go ye, serve the Lord, only let your flocks and your herds be stayed. Let your little ones also go with you. And Moses said, Thou must give us sacrifices and burnt offerings, that we may sacrifice unto the Lord our God. Our cattle shall also go with us. There shall not be an hoof left. For thereof must we take to serve the Lord our God, and we know not with what we must serve the Lord until we come thither. But the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart, and he would not let them go. And Pharaoh said unto him, Get thee from me. Take heed to thyself, see my face no more. And that day, and Moses said, Thou hast spoken well. I will see thy face again no more. Okay. So basically what is happening is basically chapter 11. Let's recap what we read in chapter 10. Okay, so basically, guys, I came over here. Hey Moses, I see that this guy's not letting your people go. So he's like, okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna smite them, okay? Boom. Now there are locusts everywhere. Locusts are like, they're like just giant bugs that eat everything. And now imagine millions of them. I'm pretty sure something of that accordance happened this year. Well, last year technically in Africa. I remember reading about that. I don't know where specifically in Africa, so I just said Africa, not like Nigeria or Egypt or like Nicaragua or Southern Africa, which is a different country. Like the name of the country is South Africa. Okay. And then basically Pharaoh's like, okay, fine, you guys can go, but only the men, okay? Females, animals, old and young stay, okay? Then he's like, no! So then God's like, hey, don't worry, stretch your hand out toward the heavens and I will cover the sun for you. So he did. Bang! No more sun for the Egyptians. And then he's like, fine. Okay? I'll let your young go with you. And your females and your old and everyone, but I keep the cattle, okay? And then Moses was like, but we need to make offerings. So unless you're providing us sacrifices to our Lord, then we're bringing our cattle. And then Pharaoh's like, screw you. You stay here then. Chapter 11. For departing. Sorry. You see, basically there's like. There's like a recap on what's going to happen in the chapter before you read. And it's really weird. And I don't read that. I like to make my own little recap. So chapter 11. And the Lord said unto Moses, I will bring one more plague upon Pharaoh and upon Egypt. Afterwards he will let you go. Hence when he shall let you go, he shall surely thrust you out hence altogether. Speak now in thy ears of the people, and let every man borrow of his neighbor, and every woman of his neighbor jewels of silver and jewels of gold. And the Lord gave the people favor in the sight of Egyptians. Moreover, the man Moses was very great in the land of Egypt, in the sight of Pharaoh's servants, and in the sight of the people. And Moses said, Thus saith the Lord about midnight will I go out in the midst of Egypt, and all the firstborn of the land of Egypt shall die, from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sitteth upon his throne, even unto the firstborn of the maidservant that is behind the mill, and all the firstborn of the beasts. And there shall be a great cry throughout all the land of Egypt, such as there was none like it, nor shall it be any more. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move its tongue against man or beast, that ye may know that the Lord doth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel. And all thy servants shall come unto me. Sorry, my Xbox was about to turn off. Shall come unto me. But the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue against man or beast, that ye may know how that the Lord doth put a difference between Egyptians and Israel. And all thy servants shall come down unto me, and bow down themselves unto me, saying, Get thee out, and all the people that follow thee, and after I will go out. And he went from Pharaoh in a great anger. And the Lord said unto Moses, Pharaoh shall not hearken unto you, that my wonders may be multiplied in the land of Egypt. And Moses and Aaron did all these wonders before Pharaoh, and the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart, so that he would not let the children of Israel go out of his land. Chapter 12. Chapter 11 was very short, so we'll go over it very shortly. So basically, they're basically preparing to leave, okay? First, God cast one more plague, and that is that no firstborn. And what a firstborn is in this context is basically a firstborn male. Actually, I think it's just any male, because they still had daughters. Okay, it's only daughters though. So that's the difference. And then after that, they're just collecting money from their neighbors, because apparently everyone likes these guys, because they're like, oh my goodness, dude, Pharaoh, why just let them go? So everyone's like, don't worry, Israelites, we're with you, we're on your side. And so they give them money, aka jewelry of silver and jewelry of gold. That's basically money, because in this time period there's no like dollars. It's you trade these valuable items for different items. And then Moses walks up to Pharaoh angrily, and he's like, "Let my people go." And Pharaoh's like, "No." Chapter 12. I'm gonna read chapter 12 quickly, unless chapter 13 is also, unless chapter 12 is. Oh, wait, what? That can't be. Oh my goodness. Chapter 12, it's a couple of pages. Okay, let's read quickly. I mean, we don't have to only read for 30 minutes. If I'm still in the middle of chapter 12, I will read until chapter 13. And I will still do my recap. The Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, In the 10th day of this month they should take to them every man a lamb according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for an house. And if the household is too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbor take next unto his house take it, according to the number of souls. Every man according to his eating shall make your account for the lamb. Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. Ye shall take it from the sheep or from the goats. And ye shall keep it up until the 14th day of the same month. And of whole assembly in the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening. And they shall take the blood and strike it on the two sides of posts, and on the upper door past the houses wherein they shall eat it. And they shall not eat the flesh in that night. Roast with fire and unleavened bread with their bitter herbs they shall eat it, and eat it of it raw, nor sodden at all with water, but roast with fire. All his heads all his head with legs, and with the puritance thereof. And ye shall let nothing of it remain in the morning, that which remaineth of it until the morning ye shall burn with fire. And thus shall ye eat with your loins girded, and your shoes on your feet, and with your staff in your hand, and ye shall eat it in haste. It is the Lord's Passover. And I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and I will smite all the firstborn of the land of Egypt, both man and beast, and against all the gods of Egypt I will execute judgment. I am the Lord. And the blood shall take you for a token upon the houses where ye are. When I see the blood, I will not pass over you, and the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you, when I smite the land of Egypt. And this day shall be unto you for a memorial, and ye shall keep it in a feast to your Lord throughout your generations. Ye shall keep it a feast by ordinance forever. 7 days ye shall eat unleavened bread. Even the first day ye shall put away leaven. You should put away leaven out of your houses. For whosoever eateth leaven the 7th day, that soul shall be cut off from Israel. And in the first day there shall be a holy convocation, and in the 7th day there shall be a holy convocation to you. No manner of work shall be done then, save that which every man must eat, that only may be done of you. And ye shall observe the feast of unleavened bread. For in the selfsame day I have brought your armies and of your lands of Egypt. Therefore shall ye observe this day in your generations by ordinance forever. In the first month of the 14th day of the month at even ye shall eat unleavened bread until the 1 and 12th day of the month at even. 7 days shall there be no leaven found in your houses. For whosoever eateth that which is leavened, even the soul shall be cut off from the congregation of Israel, whether he be a stranger or born in the land. Ye shall eat nothing leavened. In all of your habitations shall ye eat unleavened bread. Then Moses called for all the elders of Israel, and said unto them, Draw out your lamb according to your families, and kill the Passover. And ye shall take the bunch of hyssop, and dip it in the blood that is in the basin, and strike it with a lintel, and the two-side post with the blood that is the basin. And none of you shall go out of the door of his house until the morning, for the Lord will pass through to smite the Egyptians. When he seeth the blood on the lintel and the two-sides post, the Lord will pass over the door, and will not suffer to destroy you. Will not suffer the destroyer to come in unto your houses to smite you. And ye shall observe this thing for ordinance to thee and thy sons forever. And it shall come to pass when ye be come to the land which the Lord will give you, according as he hath promised, that ye shall keep the service. And it shall come to pass when your children shall say unto you, What mean ye by this service? The Lord said, It is the sacrifice of the Lord's Passover, who passed in the houses of Egypt, in the children of Israel in Egypt, when he smote the Egyptians and delivered our houses. And the people bowed the head and worshipped. And the children of Israel went away and did as the Lord had commanded Moses and Aaron to do. Did they? So did they. And it came to pass at midnight the Lord smote all the firstborn of the land of Egypt, the firstborn of Pharaoh that sat on his throne, unto his firstborn of the captive that was in the dungeon, and all the firstborn of the cattle. And Pharaoh rose up in the night, he and all of his servants, and all the Egyptians. And there was a great cry in Egypt, for there was not a house where there was not one dead. And he called for Moses and Aaron by night, and said, Rise up, and get you forth from among my people, both ye and the children of Israel, and go, serve the Lord, and as ye have said. Also take your flocks and your herds, as ye had said, and be gone, and bless me also. And the Egyptians were urgent upon the people, that they might send them out the land in haste. For they said, We be all dead men. And the people took their dough before it was leavened, their kneading troughs being bound up in their clothes upon their shoulders. And the children of Israel did according to the word of Moses, and borrowed of the Egyptians jewels of silver, and jewels of gold, and raiment. Raiment's basically meat. And the Lord gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians, so that they let unto them such things as they required, and they spoiled the Egyptians. And the children of Israel journeyed the Ramses to Succoth, about 600,000 on foot, that were men, besides children, and a mixed multitude went up with them, and flocks and herds, even very much cattle. And they baked unleavened cakes of the dough which they brought forth out of Egypt. For it was not leavened, because they were thrust out of Egypt, and could not tarry. Neither had they prepared for themselves any victual. Now the sojourning of the children of Israel who dwelt in the land of Egypt was 430 years. And it came to pass at the end of the 430 years, even in the selfsame day, it came to pass that all the hosts of the Lord went out of the land of Egypt, and it is a night to be much observed unto the Lord for bringing them out of the land of Egypt. This is the night of the Lord to be observed in all the children of Israel in their generations. And the Lord said unto Moses and Aaron, This is the ordinance of the Passover. There shall be no stranger eats thereof, but every man's servant is brought for money. When they hast circumcised him, then shall he eat thereof. A foreigner and a hired servant shall not eat thereof. In one house shall it be eaten. Thou shalt not carry forth aught in the flesh abroad in the house, neither shall ye break a bone thereof, and the congregation of Israel shall keep it. And when a stranger shall so sojourn with thee, and will keep the Passover to the Lord, let all males be circumcised, and then let him come near and keep it. And he shall be one that is born with the land, for no uncircumcised person shall eat thereof. One law shall be brought to him that is homeborn, and unto the stranger that sojourneth among us. Thus did all the children of Israel, and the Lord commanded Moses and Aaron, so did they. And it came to pass the selfsame day that the Lord did bring the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt by their armies. Chapter 13. Let's go over what we read in chapter 12. This will be our last recap for today. We will be doing another Bible stream tomorrow. At what time, you may ask? Around 12. If I wake up by then. Okay. Because I like to do them at 12. Yeah. Okay, so basically what happened in chapter 12 was... Wait, this is gonna be a long recap. I'm gonna go sit in my bed. Okay, so basically what happened in chapter 12 was Moses and all the other Israelites were like, hey, yo, okay, so we gotta do what God wants us to do. What God wants them to do is, I'm pretty sure it's just kill their sheeps or cows. It's kill an animal. I don't know how much, because I kind of forgot. It was a very long chapter. And then paint the blood on your door so that he knows not to smite you when he's going out throughout the night. And bang, your firstborn child is dead. Bang, 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 bang. This is what you guys get. Let the people go. And then they did as the Lord said. Basically, what he said was like, okay, so on these days you can eat your leavened stuff, and on this day you can't. If I see you guys eat if I see you guys eat this leavened stuff on that day, then you are no longer an Israelite. And then the people were like, okay, yeah, don't worry, God. And then they slept that night. And then boom, God goes around Egypt, bang, 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 bang. smiting the firstborns, including Pharaoh's son. And then he goes to the Israelites' house and sees the blood, and he's like, aha, they did as I said. And then he's like, okay, time to stop my rampage. Vroom. And now in the morning, Pharaoh's like, get me Moses and Aaron. So Moses and Aaron waddle on up to the castle doors, and then he's like, why? Actually, no, he doesn't say that. He's like, I know that I've done wrong. You can't. Please go, leave. Take everything. Take everyone, everything. Go, leave. Take your animals. Take your plants. Go, please. Also, please bless me because well, you see, you guys have done so much. Your God has done so much to make himself known in the land of Egypt. So, can he bless me? So Moses and Aaron came. Sorry, they took their people and went. And then God's like, hey yo, I gotta tell you guys something. Good job. And now you guys are free. Good chow. That's it's a strange recap of what happened in chapter 12. So tomorrow at hopefully around noon, I will be doing another one, and we will be starting on chapter 13. So I hope that you guys have a good day. I'll see you guys in the next one.